We're going to talk about Amy Schumer, who has been going crazy on Instagram since she began taking a GLP-1 and shed a good amount of weight, but not all of it. And this is a salient point because we're really going to talk about the truth going on here, okay? She is posting images of herself, I believe, heavily airbrushed. She has not lost the amount of weight she would have you believe while posing on that filthy brown carpeted staircase. Just my opinion, while who knows who's taking care of her son, okay? Now, she posted something on Instagram the other night and like Team Nerve was immediately activated. It was like a bat signal went up. We were all like, holy shit, are you seeing this? And then of course, I knew it. I knew she was going to delete it, but we grabbed it. And I'm going to read from it. And we should be able to show like a full screen of it, but this is basically what it looks like. And if you can't tell, like underneath all of this type, this crazy person type is a shot of Amy lolling about in bed. I'm sorry, it looks like it's daytime, okay? It looks like it's daytime. This is not a well woman. She's out here telling us that she's never been better. This is not a well woman. I'm going to read from this Instagram post, okay? And let me just tell you, there is type going vertically, horizontally, every which way. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of the moment in Seven when Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman get into Kevin Spacey's apartment. They only know he's the killer. They don't know it's Kevin Spacey yet. And they find the notebooks and they're like full of tiny. That's what this is, okay? Now I'm gonna read from it. Bedroom tour by Jean. This is her 6-year-old son. I never, ever wear jewelry. There's no punctuation. So, you know, our inner grammarians are also activated. I never, ever wear jewelry. I don't get Botox or filler. She spelled it filer, Filer. I didn't lose 30 pounds. I lost 50. We'll see, Amy. Okay, we're going to see because you're trying to make women who are still where you used to be, like really overweight, really struggling. You're trying to make them feel like shit about themselves, okay? You got on the other side of the aisle, or so you think, and now you like it. You like it in the VIP club. You're a fucking hypocrite. Okay. Okay. She says, again, I lost 50 pounds, not 30. She goes on to claim not to look hot. Okay. Not to look hot, which does feel fun and temporary. I did it to survive. I had a disease that makes your face extremely puffy that can kill you. But the internet caught it and that disease has cleared. Sorry for whatever feeling it's giving you that I lost that weight. I've had plastic surgery over the years and I use Mounjaro, not capitalized. That is a name brand and it should be capitalized. Sorry to anyone. Sorry to anyone they lets down. I'm pain-free. I can okay tag with my son. I think she means play. Whatever ends up happening with me and Chris, that's the husband she's about to dump. He's a star fucker anyway, just my opinion, has nothing to do with weight loss or autism. I don't think he's an autistic guy, as stated before on The Nerve. I think he's just an asshole. Fingers crossed, we make it through. He's the best. Happy to share more if anyone has any questions about how I'm looking or feeling or where I am in my perimenopause process. Lena Dunham would like a word. She is the oversharer of our era, nay, of her generation. Is she not? Like, I think that post was made very clearly while Amy was under the influence of drugs and or alcohol. Okay, I do. That is just my opinion. It is rambling. It is more self-obsessed than the average celebrity. We are perseverating on our weight loss, how we look. We are feeling hot. We are feeling ourselves, okay? She is posting images of herself on Instagram on that staircase, which it should be demolished. It looks filthy, okay? But the staircase is apparently where we're living now. We're not moving from the staircase because that's where we're posting images of ourselves in like mini dresses so we can show off our legs. And we're also leaning back a lot so that like our face looks super tight. I think these images are all highly manipulated, okay? Because we're going to show this image. I saw this and I died. I was like, this is the real Amy Schumer. This, I think this ran in the New York Post this week. She's walking down the street and it was taken, it looks like, by a paparazzo, and she's got a fair amount of weight on her still. She really does. You know, those drugs, they only do so much, you know, unless you're like one of the people who it seems like Kelly Osbourne is having this reaction where like she cannot stop losing weight and looks gaunt. Like Kelly Osbourne is still a fairly young woman and she looks like she has a terminal illness. And I'm so sick of these celebrities shoving this stuff in our faces like it's normal and everybody should be doing it. It's extremely dangerous. And then Amy is out here saying, you know, she lost the weight because she had to save her life. This was her in People magazine. Again, it's quoting, I don't know if she's repeating herself on Instagram, that she had to lose the weight. She had to lose the weight because she had a disease that was threatening her very life, okay? Her very life. Now, what she's talking about is Cushing syndrome, okay? Cushing syndrome, if you haven't heard of it, probably you haven't because it's very rare. It's a hormonal disorder and it's caused by prolonged exposure to high levels of the stress hormone cortisol. Cortisol, whatever. Common symptoms include upper body weight gain. You get thin limbs. You get a moon face. Amy's face. Yeah, that describes it. You can get like a fatty hump between the shoulders, thin, fragile skin that bruises easily, stretch marks, you know, can cause a bunch of, okay. Now in 2024, Amy told, I don't know why people was like, she was promoting some shows, I think, that nobody's watched. Again, her trajectory is very much like Lena Dunham's. And I'm going to tell you why. These are not likable people. They're also, I believe, fabricators, okay? They love being sick. They love being victims. They were champions of quote unquote body positivity movement. I mean, if anyone should, I will say in all seriousness, if anyone should be on like a GLP-1, it's Lena Dunham. She has made herself morbidly obese, and the comorbidities that are going to result from that are so serious that she should lose weight by whatever means necessary. It still doesn't make her likable. Amy Schumer told People magazine in 2024 that she found out that her form of Cushing would, quote, work itself out, and she was very relieved. But now it was a potentially fatal disease that she had to take a GLP-1 for. What? Okay. So, you know, Marlena and I were talking. I said, let's go back a little further. Because she used to love to talk about this shit. Okay. In 2015, she was interviewed by 303magazine.com for her movie Trainwreck. Question. So I watched you on Ellen recently. And of course, in the movie, you're always talking about your body and making fun of yourself. But how do you empower yourself to go up against all of that, Amy? I think I just have a good sense of knowing that it's kind of just pounded into our heads that we're all supposed to look like this, and this is right and everything else is wrong. And only like 2 people actually look like that, and they're not even happy. So rather than me becoming something like that, I'm like, why don't I just start enjoying my life and be healthy and be like, this is it. And some days I wake up and look in the mirror and I'm like, so I'm a monster. But most of the time I'm like, yeah, I don't want to lose a bunch of weight and then meet a guy and be like, now I have to keep this going on. So this is it. And this is what it's going to be. If they want to cast the most beautiful girl in the movie, that's not me. But rather than trying to be what other people want, I'm just trying to be what I want. And we all know it was a fucking lie, okay? These people don't believe what they're telling you. Don't believe what they're selling you. Just come to the nerve. Come to the nerve for our real talk about fake people. And it sets your head right for the day. If you have ever read the label on a typical chip bag, you have seen a veritable science experiment loaded with seed oils, MSG, dyes, and vague, quote, natural flavors. But Vandy Crisps are part of the growing movement to bring back real food. And these crisps are made of just 3 ingredients: 100% pesticide-free potatoes, sea salt, and grass-fed beef tallow. No junk. They taste amazing. They leave you feeling light, energized, and satisfied. No crash, no bloat, or mindless binging to follow. And if you love Vandy, you will love Masa Chips, Vandy's sister brand. Their 3 ingredient tortilla chips are the best I have ever had. My go-to flavor is the original, but the white, the blue, the lime, the cobanero, the churro, they are all delicious. If you are ready to give Vandy or Masa a try, use code Maureen for 25% off your first order at vandycrisps.com or masachips.com, or simply click the link in the video description or scan the QR code to claim this delicious offer. And if you like shopping in person, Vandy and Masa are now available nationwide at your local Sprouts supermarket. So stop by and pick up a couple of bags before they are gone.